Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for the video. Today is Wednesday, April 24th, 2013. Let's get right to the charts. Okay guys, I'm going to do a really quick video. When I say quick, I mean really quick. Got to run off and do some errands tonight, so let's get right into it. Called for this big bar. There's going to be resistance at the top. This line was drawn in yesterday's video. Hasn't moved, and sure enough, it's holding. Again, I said this was an inside bar. With greater volume on this red bar here than these inside candles. I see the volume is lower here, so that's what I called for. If you get above it, you can attack these highs, but it's still held at the 75% retrace right at the 158-ish 30 area. So that was also just undercut the measured move. But I measured that these daily candles, these bars are very important, okay, especially when it's on volume. That's what I pretty much highlighted in my last video, and sure enough, and we got a doji candle too. So this could set up for a fall here. I mean, you're kind of into a time count, but we'll see how it goes. See, if you want to see a bullish case, you usually like to see sideways action above this bar, and then it builds energy to break through to test these highs, this gap fill, and then these highs. But we'll see how it all plays out. I've been nailing it ever since I nailed this low here that would potentially get a bounce. Went a little bit higher than I anticipated, but sure enough, this is where it's gonna make or break right now. Okay, guys. So I'm not saying it's gonna break through. I'm not saying it's gonna fall, but this is where it has to show if it's gonna break through. In my opinion, I think it should stall out here. That's what I'm thinking right now. I don't think it should bust right through in this first try, but it could. But in my opinion, if it is going to bust through, it's going to make a sideways pattern here. Okay, so that's what happened on the SPY today. Let's go to Apple. Apple, some wild action, some wild volatility in the morning. Just an absolute crazy move in the morning. It must have been computer algorithms to have a move like this. Gap down all the way to 392, found support, and just in the first 20 minutes of the day, it went all the way to 415, and it crashed down and just kind of faded back up and almost near the flat line of the day. So that's what we have in Apple right now. It's kind of in a bearish, kind of a wedge, bearish consolidation pattern. So it has to break this line in order to. We can make a case that it's still in this range here, and that it broke down and it just recaptured. But nonetheless, still in this range here. It's still nothing wrong here, but I am anticipating lower prices on Apple. I mean, the trend is always your friend. I mean, it's a saying that we all hear, but we never actually abide by it. But look at this. You're below two moving averages. I mean, these moving averages have been just coming down, down. The trend is getting weaker because, based on what I'm seeing on moving averages, the trend is getting a little bit weaker. But nonetheless, it still is a downtrend. And sure enough, that's what we're getting. Any kind of bounce has been sold into, almost hit previous support here, now resistance with these moving averages. Weekly charts, same thing. Starting to look, it's just pretty much compressed here between these moving averages. That's what I've been saying. Not surprised that institutions kind of just stuck the stock right in the same spot, same position, because, and what I mean by that is so they can collect premium from the calls they sold and the puts they sold. Not a bad gig right there, huh? So all you strangle buyers, straddle buyers, all you option strategists have been pretty much all screwed. But if you're selling options like I have, you're doing pretty well here. I sold the 350 and the 330s, all around this range. What I was seeing, the stock would not move further than that range. So I was gonna do a sell strangle, but the upside could have been more than I anticipated, and there was not enough premium. So, but once again, for the last two earnings, Apple has stuck in the same spot after earnings. So all your option buyers making big bets are pretty much screwed there. So Apple, that's Apple. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon reports earnings, I believe tomorrow. This is what I'm looking at Amazon. Pretty much I've been staying away from this pattern. Haven't been giving much insight, but this is what I potentially see. I think we're due for a fall, okay, because many factors here. 3 hits of a trend line that's sloping down. It usually does not break out on 3. This is all considered 1 hit, so that's 1, 2, 3. Third hit usually does not play out, okay, guys. Also, this can be considered 3 falling tops, which is also a bearish pattern, but it's not into play until it breaks this trend line here. Let me draw it in. If that comes into play, you're looking at 420-ish area with the measured move down. You also have a potential head and shoulder that can be forming here with this left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If that breaks, I already drew the measured move. That comes 240. So there will be support on the way down, okay guys? So I didn't have no problem selling some puts way down here at 215, and if it falls tomorrow, which I kind of anticipate, smart money will take some money off the table, maybe into this trend line. As much as this trend line, that would be an epic fall into the earnings, but I'd love to welcome that, because I'll be selling options below these support areas, okay guys? Whoa, easy mouse. And these, the magic mouses sometimes are too sensitive. You just move the mouse around and you just kind of hover over the top of the mouse and it just goes wild. But okay, you got gap fill here, pivots, and whoa, the next major pivot would be all the way. Let me see. There's a previous resistance here, so that might place some. That might be some support right there as well. But then gap fill, and then all the way down to this pivot here at 218. Okay, so that's Amazon. I said I'd make this very quick. Let's look at GLD really fast. Quickly, guys. It's being constructive. It's still holding above this my support line. So let's see if it makes some sideways action here. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take for these moving averages to kind of curl up. But I think ultimately it is heading lower. But let's see if it fakes a lot of investors in here. I'm not touching gold right now. But your first upside resistance is this gap fill if it decides to make a move up. But it's going to need some more consolidation here based off what I'm seeing. Let's see, anything else? Want to look at Google? Same thing, just breaking out of that upper trend line. Nothing much there. Pretty decent week so far, guys. Just scan really quick. A few more charts for a head off. Oh, actually, the IWM is showing some strength right here. Look at that, right through that death cross right there. But I'm not surprised, because this is your main key here. This is still all inside a big bearish pattern. Okay, guys. So if you went short here, your stop out would be above this red candle. Okay, so it's always good to scale in. You want to try a nibble in here, and you're still in it as long as it doesn't take out this high of this candle, which was on huge volume. Look at this volume, and with the 75% retrace, that's a pretty good coming into a time count as well. This is even more. This is a very good setup right here, I believe. It coincides with the SPY, so if you can go off the SPY as well. If the SPY starts to crack that red bar, you can start looking to anticipate that the IWM will do the same. But they kind of do trade hand in hand. I think that's all I want to go through for now. More action to come in the week. Yep, a sideways action. I called that, I believe, on the Qs, and that's pretty much based off Apple. Beautiful day, guys. Beautiful profits off those premium that I collected on Apple. That's the way you have to do it, man. That's an option seller by nature. Just got to be on the side of the institutions. Okay, guys. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great evening.